On October the 1st, 2015, I was doing what I usually do in the morning, and that was go for a bike ride before work. And I got cleaned up by a car from behind doing about 100 kilometres per hour. I suffered multiple traumatic injuries and was taken from the scene to the local football ground where I was eventually airlifted. I fractured many bones in my body. I think there were 15 ribs and 7 vertebrae, a wrist, and the worst one was a massive fracture of the pelvis. That's led to significant nerve damage. I'd come out of the intensive care fog and there were things that were going on that I just felt unhappy about. One of the things that was most obvious is that there were very different teams looking after me, and coordinating all of that was very difficult. And I think that was a hole in the system. Looking back, there didn't seem to be one person who could tell me everything that was going on. And at times, one team would give you some advice that would be 180 degrees away from what the other team is telling you. And I'm a doctor. I've been doing this for 20 or 30 years, and I was having trouble. So I don't know how the general public go. I said to some of my friends who are medics, I said that I became very good at determining very quickly whether the person in front of me actually cared or not. I reckon I can forgive lots of things. If they make the wrong decision, they'll be making that wrong decision with the best of intents. If they make that wrong decision and I feel like they're caring, I can forgive that. But if they come across as not caring, that's a harder pill to swallow. I think I was a fairly empathetic sort of doc. That was one of my strengths. But having been through the actual process, I think I'll be much more aware of certain aspects. I'll be aware that as busy as I am, this interaction with this patient now is arguably the most important thing that will happen to them today, and make it count. Make sure they know who I am and what I can offer, and the limitations of what I can offer. Give them some time and space to ask a question, to get their agenda addressed. Those sort of things I think I'll be more acutely aware of. It's a constant quest of mine to stay relevant and in the moment with this person, with what they're suffering. I might have seen this clinical scenario many times before, and the temptation is to feel somewhat jaded, somewhat like yes, but it's only that, and I've seen worse. And not to remember that for them, this is the very first time, and this is so totally new, and to keep putting yourself into their shoes, I think is an essential part of being a good doctor.